Welcome to Screw the Commute, the entrepreneurial podcast dedicated to getting you out of the car and into the money, with your host, lifelong entrepreneur and multimillionaire, Tom Antion.
Hey everybody, it's Tom here with episode 807 of Screw the Commute podcast. Today's episode is called PPC Pilferage. PPC, of course, is pay-per-click. I'm going to be talking about reducing the amount of money that you get ripped off when using any pay-per-click system to advertise. And you most likely are getting ripped off. I've got evidence. Now, we got a bunch of great recent back episodes. Episodes 806 was becoming an ASMR creator. And if you don't know what that is, listen to that episode. Episode 805 was the art of Riz or charisma, how it can really help your business. And 804 was maximize the income from any speaking engagement. Of course, anytime you want to get to a back episode, you go to screwthecommute.com/ then the episode number. 804, maximize income from speaking. 805, the art of Riz. 806, an ASMR creator. And today is PPC Pilferage. Now, our Facebook hack has been partially restored because of the great work of Larry, but I still wouldn't trust anything you get from them just in case, until we make sure the bad actors are really put to bed on this. So anyway, Facebook and Antion stuff was hacked. All right, parents and grandparents, I got a must-read or watch page for you, screwthecommute.com/anti-college. And it's an expose on all the rotten things that colleges are doing to you, your families, your children, and all that stuff. So parents and grandparents, screwthecommute.com/anti-college. Actually, if you're thinking about going to college, you should watch this page too. All right, grab a copy of my automation ebook at screwthecommute.com/automate free and follow me at Digital Multimillionaire on TikTok. All right, let's get to the main topic, pay-per-click pilferage. I use the word pilferage because evidence has come to light that you are not getting treated fairly when it comes to pay-per-click advertisement. My main advice today is the same as I've been preaching for years, since I messed up to the tune of $8,000 I owed Google when I first started. I really messed up bad. And my advice ever since has been to absolutely obsess over campaigns you're running. Now, that's until you get lots of experience and you absolutely know how to put safeguards into place so you don't accidentally run up a large bill. I'll be glad to teach you that stuff in my mentor program. But this advice I've been given for years is even more justified from the evidence that came to light in Congress and from a leaked memo. All right, I'll tell you about that in a minute. But first, a little philosophical yet accurate take on how search engines and search engines that offer pay-per-click work. Another thing that I've been preaching is that you, a website owner, are not the search engine's friend. They look at you as a necessary evil because they need you to bring in your user-generated content, that's sometimes abbreviated as UGC, so that regular people who search for stuff will come there and the search engine can charge more for ads. That's the whole business model right there in a nutshell. The more people that come and the longer they stay, the more they can charge for ads. That's it. So when you are the pay-per-click advertiser, well, they don't really think much better of you. They just want your money. And people like me have been around for a while, have always known this, but now we have under oath proof and leaked memos from Google, which in mine and many others' opinion show absolutely no appreciation or care for the advertiser. This leaked memo, and it was up on Twitter or X, I guess they call it now, this whole big, long thing between the executives, not one word of it had anything to do with treating the customer right. All right, the advertiser right. It was all, how can we get more money? How can we get more money out of them? But wait till you hear some of the tricks that they pulled. Now, another reason you probably shouldn't trust large corporations is because their god is quarterly profits. They will do just about anything to show great quarterly profits to please Wall Street and their stockholders. I have no problem with making profits, but not by ripping people off. All right, that's been my thing for many years, is you got to treat people right and you can make a fortune still. All right, so some of this stuff came from Search Engine News. It was reported in Search Engine News and also Bloomberg. So this guy named Jerry Dishler was vice president for Google's advertising stuff. He testified at an antitrust trial that Google frequently, and under oath, by the way, folks, frequently makes changes to the auctions it uses to sell search ads. And changes that can involve increasing the cost of ads or the minimum spending on an ad, and this is known as reserve pricing. But he said, we tend not to tell advertisers about pricing changes. He testified under oath to that. Listen to this. Bloomberg reported about this email that Dishler and his team were discussing. It got leaked about shaking the cushions. In other words, grabbing every possible, penny that they can, and to find potential changes to the ad auctions that would make sure Google met revenue targets that the chief financial officer, Ruth Porat, had already told Wall Street. So they were saying, hey, we got to do what she said no matter what. All right. Now, Dishler said to the Department of Justice that some of the auction changes led to 5% increases to the typical advertiser, and sometimes as much as 10%. And, if you're spending $1,000 a day on pay-per-click, another $100, you're spending $3,000 extra per month on that ad. $3,000. All right, and then just think if you were a much bigger advertiser, how that could screw you over. And listen to this one. This guy admitted that to increase revenue, they switched the auction runner-up. See, pay-per-clicks are auctions. If you bid more, you're up higher in their search results, right? So without telling anybody, they took the runner-up of the auction and made them the first place in the auction. So the other person or company that was advertising is saying, oh, we got moved on to slut too. And this guy won't even admit to this. He says, well, I don't really know if that's going to help us money-wise. And then the lion sack of crap said he didn't know if that change led advertisers to place higher bids. In other words, the one that was one went to number two and said to themselves, oh, we got to bid more to be number one again. And then he said, well, he didn't really know that was going to happen, but it did increase Google's revenues. What a piece of garbage these people are. They'll say anything. So here's the deal, folks. These companies and their executives, and I got to say, it's not just Google. Do you think all the other big companies that sell ads are little angels? I mean, you have to have the mindset that none of them are going to do anything in your best interest. None of them. They're going to use you to meet their goals and get their promotions and raises and bonuses. If you're too naive to believe that, I mean, you shouldn't, be able to cross the street by yourself, all right? We as advertisers have to use them to the best of our ability to meet our goals. And that means more carefully setting goals for our ads. And if those goals are not met, we immediately stop or pause the ad so we're not throwing money at these companies, making them richer at our expense. All right, so what does that look like? Well, let's say you have a goal of driving 1,000 people to a promotion, and you're willing to pay as high as 38 cents per click. I contend that once your ad starts sending traffic, that you check it every 15 minutes. This is what I talk about obsessing. Now, that's if you can, to see if you have any chance that that ad is going to meet your goal. See, what happens is it's too easy to see traffic starting to come to your promotion, and it was a big hassle to set up the promotion in the first place and the ad. But maybe the clicks are costing you 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times more of what you're willing to spend. And then you let it run just because you get caught up in the excitement of the traffic coming, say? Well, guess what? Professionals don't act like this. If 38 cents per click maximum could make you money, but $1.14 per click is making you lose money, all right, you got to immediately pause or stop the ad and try some other ad or creative or copy to try to get that cost down. You aren't going to magically turn profitable by letting the ad run long. And there's lots more to that when I train, advertising online, but never forget, these corporations are not your friends. They will take every nickel you have and laugh all the way while they're strutting down Wall Street. All right, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Please don't let them rip you off. They're going to rip you off if they can. You've got to use them to your best advantage. And if it's not making money, you stop or pause the darn ad, all right? And have to know how to do that, too. You can't just pause the ad and let the campaign run, and you're still running up bills that you don't even know about. That's what happened to me. All right, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. If you want help with this and all the other important things you need to know to be successful online, check out my mentor program at greatinternetmarketingtraining.com, and we'll catch you on the next episode. See you later.